Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Solo the Jedi. You know, I'm back with another one and another one. You know, you already know. Before we get started, what I'm about to say, T? What I'm about to say? Hold on. I gotta show him. I gotta show him, man. I'll be back. I'll be back, T. I'll be back.
Yay!
Yeah. Before we get started, wash your hands. See what I'm talking about? Wash your hands before you dig in my bag of chips, B. These Cape Cods. Cape Cods, these the GOAT. The jalapeno joints. Yeah, the jalapeno. These the GOATs. I need y'all to wash your hands before you dig in the bag of chips. So like, subscribe, share. I'm giving y'all the chips. I'm giving the chips to the world, B. Alright? I need more guys in the cypher. Don't start. I need more guys in the cypher. You know. So join it, man. Like, subscribe. And you already know, I want to see Star Wars today, and I'm hoping this shit doesn't suck because The Last Jedi was pure ass. And, you know, my handle comes from Star Wars. So I'm really hoping it doesn't blow me like the last one. Me, my dad, and my girl's going to see it. And, shit, if it's bad enough, man, I might even do a review on that. I don't know. I don't do reviews. But I'm such a Star Wars fan. If I'm what's the word I'm looking for? Invested enough or angry enough, I might do it. But that's neither here or there. So we're gonna see that today. And well, today's a big day. Well, yesterday was a big day. I'm 121 days in the semen retention. I'm over 4 months in the semen retention. I would definitely be lying to you if I thought I can go 4 months. 120 days without busting a nut. 120 days, bro. I never thought I would get, like, I'm not gonna say I didn't think I couldn't do it, but just the thought, just to fathom me going that long without busting a nut. Because my girl, she's an attractive girl, and I like to clap them caramel cakes. I like to obliterate them shits. And before my girl, I did my thing, and also, I've been watching pornography. Well, I don't watch it anymore, of course, but pornography and masturbation since I've been about 11. So this is easily the longest streak I've been on since I've been a kid, since I've been 10 years old. I'm 28 now. This is the first time I've gone months without letting any semen out since I've been 11, bro. And that's kind of wild if you really think about it. So, damn, baby boy crying. I'm gonna try to get through this video. I'm hoping he... Come here. Come here, come on, man. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Hi. He wanted me in the video, y'all. Alright. That was easily the longest streak I've been on since, longest streak I've been on since I've been a child, man. And, I don't know, that's kind of wild. So, I'm just going to name the benefits, 'cause I know that's kind of what y'all really want to hear. This is actually my 4th time trying to make this video. I tried to make it 3 times yesterday, and one of them was a little too long. I was rambling on about some shit that was going on at my job. And I know for a fact, I was starting to fall asleep watching the video. That's how I know that shit was going to be boring to you guys. So I'm going to get right to the good shit. So I'm just going to give an example of what I'm experiencing. One of the biggest benefits, and I say the biggest benefit I've experienced on this retention is I'm more courageous, man. My courage has grown. Like, I'm not really afraid to do anything. I really don't give a shit what anybody thinks of me. And I find myself really wanting to be involved, and I can read through bullshit a lot faster. Like, I don't know, there's probably a lot to do with my spiritual journey too, but I really have a low tolerance for bullshit. I'm not afraid to tell someone how it is. I never had that problem before, but I would literally call you bullshit immediately. I'm not even gonna wait. Like, it is what it is. But as far as courage, I dealt with a lot of bullshit at my previous job. I start my next one very soon. They're gonna call me with the training day. So I got my endorsements for my CDL. I'm waiting for this company to basically give me a call to start training me. That's definitely gonna be a bigger pay raise. So previous job, I was trying to move up, and I got hit with a lot of bullshit, a lot of politics. So the CEO has a meeting she has once a month with employees throughout the whole hospital. So she has these meetings, and anybody can come. So me and my partner, we've been fighting this bullshit for about a week and some change, because I put my 2 weeks in. I'm done with that job, but this is my final week of work last week. And we went to the meeting, we basically exposed all the stuff that's going on in our department. And I would say that old me would have never even sat down in the Shark's Tank like that, because it was nothing but management, and all management is basically in cahoots with each other. That's pretty much how it is at every job. So my attitude was, yeah, I know y'all are in cahoots, and I know I'm leaving, but I'm stepping up for anybody that wants to come after me, anybody of my creed and color, or anybody who's been in that department for years. Because what my old job do, they will hire someone that's not credible, no experience. As long as you're friends or family, they'll hire you over somebody that's been there for 4 or 5 years that know the job in and out, while they try to give you the whole workload. You know, work politics. So I'm in the Shark Tank. And I set the whole thing off. It was a kiss ass fest towards the CEO. They would just do nothing but kiss this lady's ass. I said my piece, and it was really about my manager at the time. I said my piece, and she was there. I said everything I wanted to say while she was there. I didn't give a shit that she was there or not. Everybody else was shook in my department because we all went there for the same reason. But honestly, I just didn't want the lady thinking she punked us or some shit, or she had bigger balls than me. I had to let her know I don't give a shit. Yeah, it's a little awkward, and I'm a little fearful of like looking a certain way, but I said, fuck it. Courage will win the battle. So courage, you'll find yourself in situations with courage. You'll have some fear and some worry, but courage will kind of outweigh the fear. You'll find yourself in situations like that. And I would say I deal with obsessive thought patterns, but I'm able to kind of break out of it easily. Well, not easily, but easier. I can catch myself. Like, I'll realize I'm having a OCD moment, you know what I'm trying to say? And I can kind of try to snap out of it or shift my attention elsewhere. So I'll say the biggest benefit or the biggest change, because I'm going to go from the biggest to kind of like just the small differences. The biggest difference to me is just my mindset, and I feel like I'm more courageous, and fear doesn't really win with me that often, man. I don't really fear much, man. The only thing I fear is really just not being successful or being happy. That's really my biggest fear. Besides that, I don't really care about anything else. And I know that's controllable. You realize as you go on your journey, man, you got to kind of fight for your happiness, man. Happiness isn't really given. You got to kind of fight for it and work for it, man. Hey, T, come on, boy. Come on. Yeah, I know. Don't worry about it. Yeah, so I still have my moments, but I'm able to kind of get out of it much easier, man. It's basically over worrying or overthinking and over worrying about situations. So I find myself kind of in those kind of spots, and I got to kind of dig myself out of it. Is it rough? Yes, it's rough dealing with obsessive thought patterns, but honestly, the shit's really, really been a gift and a curse, because it's taught me to dig deeper and think deep on things, but I just got to find a balance with it. I see things before, I might just see one plate on the table versus seeing the whole goddamn, come on, boy. You know, I'm trying to get a kind of good example. Before I had my obsessive thought patterns or whatever, I'm trying to think, you might just think is one chair at the table when it's a whole damn cafeteria. A whole damn cafeteria. You think in one way, but you see as many more options. You see how much control you got. You can sit at this seat, you can sit at this seat, you can sit at this seat. So that's kind of the best example I can kind of give you of how I see it. It's rough, but at the same time, it's taught me a lot, man. It's really taught me a lot. Yeah, man. Sorry, guys, I ain't stopping. I'm not stopping. I'm going to try to record this damn video 4 or 5 times. It's going down, all right? So, yeah, my son's going to kind of do his thing. So I say courage is definitely, in my opinion, is definitely the biggest difference for me. Now, I don't know if it's because you got the testosterone pumping a little more, you got the zinc, all your vitamins. Like, it's just, you just not really going to take no shit. You're going to stand your ground. Like, that's kind of just the biggest difference I'm seeing. Like, I'm going to stand my ground. I don't give a shit who you are. I don't give a damn if you prime Mike Tyson. Yeah, I'll get my ass whooped. But boy, you're gonna feel this 2-piece before I go down. You're gonna feel something. If I'm going down, you're gonna remember me. You're gonna get scarred or something. Like, something's going down. That's kind of the attitude I have now. I kind of already had that, but it's just enhanced. You know what I mean? I'll say the second biggest difference, I'll say sharper mind. I don't need to, like, this is an example. I just got my endorsements for my CDL yesterday. I took the test, right? And I only studied for 2 days and really didn't study that long. I went to the initial class on Monday that they had at the company that I'm starting with. And since I already had my permit, we were supposed to train the whole week, me and the other student that was there. We really only had to be there for that day because we already had everything we needed. We just needed certain endorsements. So we talked about them endorsements for that one day. And then the class was maybe 2 hours. And then I had an app in the guide. I read through that for maybe a total the next 2 days, an hour and a half. I went to take the endorsement test yesterday, and I passed both of them with flying colors. And I didn't think a big deal of it. I thought it was that easy for everyone. Nah, the proctor or the lady said that was the highest scores that she's ever seen from a person that took those tests for the first time. She's never seen someone score that high. Out of 40 questions, I only got 3 wrong. So I got 37 out of 40 questions right. And I don't know, it was just an endorsement test, but I was proud of myself, man. I haven't done anything like that since I was like in high school, in the beginning of my high school. Like when I was in 9th, 10th grade. Once I hit junior year, I didn't really give a shit about grades as much. But yeah, I haven't done anything like that in a long time, since I've been about 14. So I was proud. I was like, damn. But if I'd have been clapping cheeks left and right and masturbating and all that, I can guarantee I wouldn't have scored that high because my focus wouldn't have been that high. I wouldn't be able to focus that hard. I only needed an hour and a half total after I left the initial class to study, and I was good. Before, I wouldn't be able to do nothing like that. I would have probably had to study probably the whole week to score something like that. But I studied for a total of maybe hour and a half of my own, and I passed with flying colors. So I say a sharper mind, you're able to recall things a lot better. That's another benefit I'm experiencing. You have a sharper mind. Now, is it night and day? It might not be night and day for some people. Certain benefits I feel like will be night and day because everyone's different. And when you deplete yourself, your body and your mind responds differently to different things. So certain people, their sex drive might be lower, but their mind might not suffer as much, or it might be the opposite for somebody. Somebody else, their sex drive might be higher, but their mind isn't sharp. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm just giving examples of how the masturbation and pornography can affect people in different ways, or just being reckless with busting a nut. Because you're not going to be sharp. I don't give a shit what no one says. If you're being reckless out here, there's no way you can be sharp when it comes to handling business as a man. Like I don't think you can have the two. You're undisciplined in one area, you're going to be undisciplined in everything else. Everything kind of leaks into each other. You know, that Napoleon Hill's talk about that. Everything is interconnected, man. You can't be undisciplined in one area and be disciplined in the other, because if eventually the area you're undisciplined in is going to leak into the other areas. That's just how things work, and vice versa. If you're like, to me being disciplined in a in my sexuality or whatever, or by sexual intercourse, whatever you want to call it, me being disciplined and honest semen retention, I think it eventually leaked into other areas of my life, because I told y'all I had an alcoholism problem. My diet, everything else is off, but I stuck with the semen retention, and eventually, since I got disciplined in that, I got disciplined with the alcohol. I got disciplined with my food and my diet. I got disciplined, man. I naturally kind of disciplined myself in other areas on this retention. So you're naturally going to kind of be more organized, more disciplined the further you go on this retention, because sexual discipline is the hardest. Sexual discipline in your diet is the 2 hardest controllables you're going to have in your life, besides your mind. I feel like you have to get those two right. And once you get those two right, you'll have an easier time controlling your mind as well. But I feel like those is like the two base level things. Your sexual discipline and your health. You get those under control, I feel like you can pretty much conquer anything. And I feel like it's leaking into other things. So yeah, I say sharper mind, courage, and another big one for me, I have been sober for over a month and a half, Month and a half, I've been sober. That is the longest stretch I done been sober since I've been about 22 or 23. I've never been sober for this long. It's been about 5-6 years. So, huge difference in that. And I feel like, again, the semen retention kind of helped me kick that habit a lot easier. I put myself in a position, I went back to my people's crib for a bit. I put myself in a position where I couldn't partake in that like I was doing before. And I feel like I just took the necessary steps to kick that habit. Now, do I have an urge? Like a day like today, I don't have to work tomorrow. I didn't have to work last night. Days like this, I would have been drinking a bottle. I would have had a bottle in hand, listening to music, playing a game. But now when I even get the urge, I think, like, why? It's like almost like the semen retention. When I get the urge to want to bust a nut or something like that, I just think, why? It's for 10 seconds of pleasure, and you're gonna lose days and days. You're gonna lose months of buildup. You're gonna lose your essence, your brain fluid, and your spinal fluid for what? For 10 seconds of pleasure? What is that? Like, what is that gonna do for you? You ain't gonna do nothing, but you're gonna lose. You're not gonna win. And that's how I kind of think. I'm not gonna lie, women, my girls attractive, and women have been throwing the draws at me. In the last month, they have. So it's like first of all, I'm faithful, like I mentioned before. But second, nah, why? What are you offering? Why am I even what you want me to fuck for? What? I'm gonna fuck you, clap them cheeks, and I'm gonna bust a nut. Why? All that progress gone. Everything I'm trying to achieve is gonna be much harder for me. Now, not much harder, but it's gonna be more of an obstacle. So that's kind of how I see it. And that's how I see also drinking and binge drinking. Like, why? I'm gonna drink and be drunk for 2-3 hours for what? I'm gonna waste money. I'm gonna basically poison myself. I'm gonna kill my health. I'm gonna raise my blood pressure because I had high blood pressure when I was drinking a lot. My blood pressure is good now. Everything's good now. Everything's good. A month and a half sober, the longest I went. And I realized also, walking away from the bottle, that I was drinking really to fill a void. And I think that's why a lot of people drink, they do drugs. And I wanted to get a certain feeling when I drink. Like, because I listen to music that came out where I liked when I was in high school, middle school, and elementary. When I drink and listen to that, it kind of brings me back to a feeling of when I didn't really have to worry about much. You know, you kind of just want to escape from your problems of today. But at the end of the day, your problem's going to be here when you sober back up. Escaping from them and running from it is not the solution. It's just it's a Band-Aid. It ain't going to heal the wound. So I realized I got to tackle these problems head on. Sober. Why I'm so worried about living in the past, I could build a paradise right now in the future. For the future. In the present and for the future. That's what I'm focused on now. I can have that feeling now. Why do I gotta go back in time and try to time travel to get that? You know what I'm trying to say? So I realized that's why I was drinking a lot. And I would say I wasn't no heavy alcoholic, but I would say whenever I had a day off, I was drinking, and it wasn't just a couple drinks. I would binge drink, and that's not healthy. That's almost as bad as drinking every day. If I'm not mistaken, binge drinking might be worse. Because I binge drink. I would only drink maybe a couple times out the month. Maybe 3 times out the month. But when I drink, I'm drinking. So I got to get a better balance. And I just came to the conclusion that I'm drinking to get a certain feeling. And I realized I didn't even have to drink to get the feeling. Because lately, I feel like, I don't know if this is another benefit, I enjoy music a lot more now. Like, I can feel the music now. When I really like a song, I can really feel it. I don't know if that's a benefit as well, but I can really feel the music and get into it now. So that's another benefit that I'm experiencing. And I play the game. I be busting ass in 2K. I got me a slashing playmaker on 2K. Finally found a build that I like. Goddamn 2K. I don't like trying to figure out jump shots. They always do patches and shit like that. I said this year I'm gonna break ankles and dunk on people, and that's all I've been doing. And I've been having a goddamn ball playing 2K lately. So 2K, the music, and I've been getting that same feeling. Yeah, it's escapism, but I didn't have to poison myself to get it. You know what I'm trying to say? I didn't have to smoke. I'm not a smoker anyways like that, but I had to smoke to get a feeling. So I realized I didn't even have to do none of that. Like, really, it's about your mindset and the vibration that you want. So, I really say the semen retention definitely helped me kick the alcoholism in the ass. I feel like I really got a way better handle. And honestly, going forward, I probably will only be a social drinker. I will not drink while I'm in the house. I was drinking when I was by myself in the house, and this is not cool. I realized that's something I can't do. Part of growing up, like I mentioned in one of my videos of being in your 20s, is knowing your strengths and weaknesses. I cannot drink by myself, and I can't drink past a certain limit. I have to know. That's anybody, though. But I have to know when to say, yo, I'm good. You know? I wasn't doing that. I'm drinking, drink. You know what I mean? Where's it? Where I want more. Because I'm trying to keep that feeling there, but why? You know what I'm trying to say? But, yeah, that's another one. Another big one. It was easier to kick bad habits. I'll put that as another one. Easier to kick bad habits. Now I'm gonna get to the shit y'all probably really want to hear. You know, I watch other guys' channels, and I realized the one that get the videos they drop that talk about similar material as mine. The videos they drop that get the most views and likes is the ones where they talk about women attraction. And I always tell you guys, women should not be your priority. Now, they say the same shit, but that seemed like the shit y'all really be into. So the women kind of still running y'all. And there's nothing wrong with enjoying. Women are fucking living, breathing artwork, man. I think, I wouldn't want to live in a world without women. They color the world. They are the color to the world. Seriously. Everything would just be black and white if they wasn't here. They're the color. They're the feeling. You know what I'm trying to say? Women are literal artwork, and I appreciate them for what they are. And that's why I feel like a lot of dudes don't do. Like, you want them, women are who they are, man. Are they unbalanced as hell these days? Yes, but in the essence, that's kind of who they are. So they're the embodiment of feminine energy. Feminine energy is primordial energy, and primordial energy is chaos. That is much deeper. I can get much deeper, but I'm going to keep it kind of surface level. So women are naturally chaotic in a sense. Men, masculine, what we're supposed to be, we're the order. We're the masculine energy. We're the embodiment. See, what's going on is a lot of guys aren't in their masculine. Everyone's in their feminine. And then they're trying to get the women to be in their masculine. They're kind of trying to make them be opposite. So you got a lot of out of order men acting like a whole bunch of bitch ass niggas. Women don't be lying when they say a lot of these niggas be bitch ass niggas and they ain't shit. Like, they're not lying. They're telling the fucking truth. I've seen it. You don't know. A lot of dudes, y'all be surprised. I did not believe a lot of the stories these women be telling, but a lot of dudes do some weirdo and some bozo shit, bro. Like, it's bad. They're just like women are just as bad as men when it comes to sleeping around these days. Men are just as bad as women when it comes to their attitudes and how they handle shit and running their mouth. And it's wild. It's some wild times, man. I know I kind of got off track, but they're not lying when they say that shit. So back to what I was saying, women are artwork, and there's nothing wrong with wanting. Hell, I will getting attention from women is dope, but that shouldn't be a priority. There's nothing wrong with wanting that. There's nothing wrong with wanting your woman to love you and be all over you, but hell yeah, you want it, but you and yourself and your goals and your ambitions should be number one. Like I always say, your wife or your lady or the mother of your child should keep number two. I'm gonna say that should be number two, but never number one, man. I'm not gonna, chick you just smashing or, you know what I mean? They in the back burner. All the other shit's more important. But your lady, your wife, your partner, number two, for sure. I wanna make that clear. And I just had to touch down on that. But the women attraction thing, from my experience, Honestly, I'm not sure it's because I'm getting back in better shape because I lost about 30 pounds in the last month or two. So I don't know if it's because I'm getting back in better shape. You could probably see it in my face, guys. Look back at my first videos. You can see it in my face. My cheeks aren't as big. My face isn't as swollen if you could see it. And so I'm losing weight and I'm getting kind of back to the form I was in before I had surgery. I told you guys before I had hip surgery, and I was out of work from November 2018 to about April of 2019. And during that time, probably put on 60 pounds or more. Look, nigga, Grubhub was my best friend when I was out of work. I would roll out of bed before I even yawn, breathe, anything, brush my teeth. I'm rolling out of bed like, yo, what we eating today? I went right to my phone. What are we eating? My big ass was ready. I was ready to tear down the motherfucking house. Anything that wasn't screwed down, I was eating it up. Because, I couldn't walk for 2-3 months. That still wasn't a good excuse not to handle business. You know what I'm trying to say? I look back at that time period, and yeah, like I said, you got to take the good with the bad and take the grain of good with the bad because I realized I would never let myself go. I never thought I would let myself go that far. I broke 300 pounds. I never thought I'd break 300 pounds, but I did. I couldn't fit any of my clothes. I'm just now starting to fit some of my clothes I used to wear. I couldn't fit none of my hoodies, none of my pants. I had to get new pants. I couldn't fit anything no more. I went back to work. People couldn't believe how much weight I put on. Like, yeah, I let myself go. I just had to throw that in there. But I'm getting back into shape. So I'm basically at the weight I was at before I had surgery. So I'm starting to get more attraction from women and also my girl. My girl, I could tell by the way she looks at me. So I could say the attraction thing, I'm not sure if it's because of semen retention or is it because I'm getting back in shape? If I had to be honest, I'm leaning towards because I'm getting back in shape because I never really had a problem with women finding me attractive or attracting women. My issue was always kind of sealing the deal. And I will always, in my beginning stages of dating, I would be a little too nice or too timid instead of knowing when to be aggressive and when to fall back. You know what I mean? Just knowing when to go, you know what I'm trying to say? Just knowing how to play the game. I learned that as time went on. That was really my issue. I never really had a problem with women finding me attractive or being attracted to me. So, and I'm not going to act like I'm some Brad Pitt, you know what I mean? Or Trey Songz or Chris Brown ass, you know what I'm trying to say? I'm not trying to act like I'm some playboy or some shit like that. But I'm just saying, like, as far as attraction, like, I never had a problem. So now I got women finding me attractive. I had about 3 chicks from work throwing me the draws. Well, my last job throwing me the draws. Now I don't cheat and I'm faithful to my chick. So of course I turned it down, but at the same time I just was like, nah, like I said, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna stand my ground, I'm gonna stay to my word. But I will say, yeah, I go places women kind of break their necks and shit. When I went to work all dressed up for that interview, man, I was breaking. I had women quadruple taken because it was wild, and I can't really say that I was all semen retention. Like I mentioned in one of my previous videos, semen retention probably could help attract women, but I don't think it's an end all be all. It might just give you a little boost. But I think if you groom yourself right, you dress well, you smell good, you stay in shape, and you kind of just stay in your frame. You do those 5 things, you're going to attract some kind of women. You're going to attract somebody. You know what I'm trying to say? There's no way you not. Tell you just smell good and dress nice. That alone, those 2 things alone. Notice I ain't even getting the looks. Looks is like the icing on the cake, bro. Like I mentioned before, I didn't even get into looks. You do them 5 things I just said, you're going to attract somebody. Somebody's going to find that attractive. Because women, their attraction it's not looks based. You know what I'm trying to say? They kind of go off what they hear and how they feel. You know what I'm trying to say? That's how they kind of operate. And then if you smell good and all those other things, you dress nice, the looks is kind of almost, the looks just put you over the top. I would say this about looks. Looks kind of just make things easier. If a woman thinks you're an attractive looking guy and you do those things, you probably gonna be in them cheeks that week. Versus if she don't think that you're too attractive of a guy, but you do those other things, she's eventually gonna probably find you attractive. It just might take you a bit longer to get to that point. I mean, it might take someone might get from point A to point Z because she finds him physically attractive and he does those other things or some of those other things. I would say this attraction kind of replaces one of those things. Let's say he doesn't really smell good, or he not saying he stink, but he don't go out his way to smell good or dress nice, but he's physically an attractive guy. The physical attraction could replace one of those things. And it will make it easier to get from point A to Z versus if you do those things and she don't find you physically attractive at first, keywords, you might have to go to point A, to point C, to point G, to point X. Now you at point Z. You might have to stop at a couple stops to get there. That's really the only difference. It might take you a little longer. But yeah, like I mentioned, you do those things, you're gonna attract women, bro. Like, so the semen retention could be a booster. Like I'm 4 months in is guys that I watched that's 6 months in, a year in. And they talk about the woman attraction. It could be true, bro. If I start walking down the street and it literally start raining bitches from the sky and there's puddles of bitches splashing everywhere I walk, and women throwing their drawers at me like I'm goddamn Prince in his prime and shit, purple rain, like, you know what I'm trying to say? Raining bitches, purple rain, like shit like that. If that kind of shit start happening, then I would definitely let y'all know. But as of right now, I have not had a woman come up to me and be like, oh my God, he's on semen retention. I'm about to hop on his dick, bounce on that dick right now. I'm about to do a somersault split on it right now. He's on semen retention. I smell it. I haven't had that experience. So I can't tell you the women attraction thing is 100% fact. Right? Can't tell you that. So, yeah, I'm not going to rule it out, but in my opinion, I haven't experienced a huge difference because I had women attracted to me before I went on retention. And, yeah, now, especially when I was in good shape. So I'm heading back into being in good shape. I'm in okay shape right now for me. But by the time it get warm again, oh man, I'm going to be back to my form, probably way better. So one of my goals is off subject, but one of my goals is to dunk a basketball with two hands again. Right? Because daddy can't be no scrub. I got to show you the right way. But yeah, I'll say that's definitely my experience with the women attraction. And like I said, guys, women attraction should not be a priority on this journey. Being the best you should be a priority. Women attractions is going to naturally come with that regardless. You know what I'm trying to say? Oh, you shit it. I got to change your diaper, man. You shit it, man. I can smell it. Yeah, and trying to think. And woman attraction, I think I pretty much hit. And energy, I don't need to sleep as much. I probably only need about 5 hours of sleep. Now, it is some days I might need maybe a full day, not a full day, but a full 6, 7, 8 hours. Honestly, I don't like sleeping 8 hours. I never did because anytime I slept 8 hours, I always felt tired. Like I only slept for 4. So my time frame of sleeping is usually about 5 hours, maybe 6. That's really all I usually need. 8 hours to me is kind of overkill unless I've really been having a long week. You know what I'm trying to say? So I would say I don't need as much sleep. Oh, gains in the gym. I'm getting stronger much faster. That is definitely true. It's the reason why boxers don't masturbate and don't have sex and don't let anything out, because you get your gains faster, you become sharper, and everything kind of clicks better. Your testosterone is boosted. You know what I'm trying to say? You still got your brain fluid, spinal fluid, seminal fluid. Everything's in natural alignment. So I would say I'm probably getting 2 or 3 months. I'll say 2 months. I'm getting double the gains. So what I get in a month, what I get in a month, what I would get in 2 months, I'm getting within a month now. I've only been working out for a month, I'm already down like 30 pounds. And I was actually starting to lose weight before I started working out because I feel like the retention, I was already down like a few pounds before I even started working out on the retention. Like the retention and working out, and I also intermittent fast. I stopped eating at 7:30 and I don't eat again until 12 o'clock the next day. 8 o'clock the latest, I won't eat past 8. That's kind of how my diet is. I intermittent fast. I eat a mostly plant-based diet. I only eat meat maybe a couple times out the week. I try to keep it to a minimum, and I really only try to eat chicken. And I may dabble in goat because I like to eat Indian food. So that's kind of what I eat. Maybe I might make a video on that later if y'all interested. I'm not gonna make this a fitness channel for right now, but I definitely do have an interest in fitness, but I feel like I can get better information from other channels. I'm not really, I feel like, equipped to give you that. Just like I tell you with the spiritual shit. Like, it's people that's better equipped to give you that information than I am right now. One day, I definitely do want to touch on spirituality on this channel a lot more than I am. Right now, I'm just getting my feet wet with this channel and just, I'll segue into it eventually once I get more experience. But yeah, my gains in the gym, I'm gaining much faster, man, than I usually would. I'm dropping weight. My girl says I got a glow. Like, she tells me I'm fine almost every day. And, well, every time she sees me. Ain't trying to toot my horn. But yeah, yeah. And mention a woman attraction. When a woman give you this look, see, it's this look that women, you could tell when a woman really into you, bro. They give you this look in their eyes, right? You could look, and they look kind of like maniacs. It's like a little glare in their eyes they give you. Fellas, if you ever experience it, I know y'all know what I'm talking about. When a woman loves you or cares for you a lot, or infatuated with you, and if you knock that thing out the park, when y'all do it, if you're knocking it out the park, oh, she's going to give you that look. She's going to give you that crazy look. It's adorable too, ladies. I ain't going to lie. It's kind of adorable. But I'm telling y'all guys, she's going to give, I'm getting that look from my girl again. I haven't got that kind of in a minute. And like I said, I don't know. Is it because I'm getting back in shape? You okay. It's okay. Yay. I don't know if it's because I'm getting back in shape or is it because I'm on a semen retention. At this moment in time, I couldn't tell you. If I had to be honest, I'm leaning towards I'm getting back in the form on top of being on a semen retention. And I'm handling business, man. I got a better job coming. Like, I'm just handling biz. So my girl's giving me the glare again. She didn't give me that shit since the beginning. She was giving it to me for a while, but it kind of faded a little bit. But I noticed that it's happening again. Like I said, I put on 60 pounds, and I was being a big fat meaty last winter. I was drinking, eating, and being an asshole towards my woman. So this winter is damn near the opposite. So that might be a lot of the reason. Like I said, I can't tell you it's strictly because of semen retention. So yeah, gains in the gym. Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. And one thing I want to tell you guys is don't compare yourself to other people on this journey. Everyone's different. Everyone's different. One situation affects two people totally different. The same situation. It's identical twins that are pretty much coming from the same egg. They split from the same egg, and they're still going to have one situation will still give them those two people who came from the same egg two totally different experiences. So everyone's different, man. Like I said, it's some guys that was really deep in the rabbit hole with the pornography and the masturbation. So just off that strength, just them being off that for 2-3 weeks might be night and day for them versus someone that really would, like me, I was into it and I was bad, but I wasn't just ridiculous. I was bad though. What makes me bad is I did it almost every night. That was like a routine for me, and I've been doing it since I've been 11. Like I never felt like I was addicted to pornography. I used to really get into, I used to mix it up. I used to watch porn and the Instagram chicks and, all that shit. I used to mix it up. I never really got into no wild shit into the porn. Now I did watch some wild videos and shit like that, but it wasn't no crazy shit. I never let myself go too deep into the rabbit hole versus some people that really went into that rabbit hole. So that's why I feel like it was kind of a little easier for me to kind of segue away from it. And it wasn't easy, but it wasn't just difficult. I couldn't really, because I didn't have a problem getting women either. Like I said, my problem was really sealing the deal with some women. That was really my problem. Like, and then I started realizing where I was going wrong, and I started addressing that. And it's funny, when I stopped masturbating, I met my woman. That's really what I met her. When I stopped masturbating, I met her a couple months later when I really started to really put a hold on pornography and masturbation. Because something in me was like, yo, let me look this up. So I forgot what I seen, but it really made me want to research. This is when I started. I started this journey like 2016. I had to look it up and just see what I was doing to myself. And that's when I was like, wow, this is crazy. So that's where I started. And met my shorty. And everyone's experience is different. Like, I got a friend, my best friend. He supports my channel. He actually gave me the kick in the ass to start this channel. And he's not the biggest fan of semen retention, but he understands it. Like I tell you guys, I use it to break barriers and to balance myself and to stay disciplined. That's kind of the main things I use it for. I don't do it for superpowers and things of that nature. I do it just to really break barriers, as I know for a fact. I treat it like I'm a warrior or a fighter. I know if I do this for a certain amount of time, I'm going to build up enough strength and energy and testosterone and everything I need to be driven to break these barriers. That's your essence and that's your drive and your balls. You got literal consciousness in your balls. You can go out today, my nigga, and create a life. That's power. That's the power y'all giving up. Think about that. I created this whole person behind me. I created this whole person right here. Walking, talking, breathing. That's the power you have. So I feel like just recognizing that's what made me go on my journey. And everyone's journey is different. Like I mentioned, my bro. He wasn't really into, like, he's like, yo, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I think a lot of it's bullshit, but the thing is with my bro, he never really was into masturbation or pornography, even when he was younger. And he had a healthy dating life. So he never really felt the need to even go on retention. But I was like, bro, think about it. You never watched pornography, you never masturbated, and you only really busted a nut when you was with a girl. I said, bro, you was already on a retention. You just don't call it retention. That's just your lifestyle. He was like, damn. Because he's a smart dude. Smart as shit. He's like, damn. I never thought of it like that. Solo, you right, man. I'm good, T. Thank you. I'm good. You right. He just didn't label retention. And that's a lifestyle. So I feel like I'm on the same wave. This is a lifestyle for me. I only count days for you guys. And I only remember the amount of days because I know the 18th of every month is a month end for me. So this is a lifestyle, bro. This is how I'm gonna be. And I'll be lying to you if I say I'm never gonna bust a nut. Hell yeah. When it get warm again and then my girl start wearing them booty shorts, yo, she be wearing them booty shorts and the Under Armour shorts and shit, hugging her ass and man, yo, like I said, it ain't gonna be no forever thing. But this is definitely to break barriers. Right now, I'm trying to transform my life, so that's what we're doing. I'm gonna take the consciousness and the power in my balls and do that. And once I do it, I'll relax for a little, and I'm gonna light my girl cheeks up. Them shit's gonna get obliterated. New Year's Eve, I'm probably gonna light her ass up. For real. I ain't gonna let nothing know. I ain't trying to make no relapse video to pop off the air, but it's going down probably. So I'm not telling y'all not to have sex or things of that nature. Still do it, but unless you have the willpower, I would stay away from it. If you can have sex without busting a nut, go ahead. But most people, if you beginning your journey, I wouldn't suggest it. So if you can't go more than weeks without doing it, I would suggest withholding from sex for a while. Once you get into the months, that's when you're gonna have more to lose. You're gonna kind of be more cautious naturally. What you trying to do, boy? Come on. So, and also, man, I want to say, this is just the last message. I feel like you shouldn't be just recklessly having sex anyways. With the information I have now and the age I am, I feel like sex at this point should be a sacred act between a man and a woman. And it was a sacred act. It used to be, our ancestors knew this was a sacred act. You're creating a bond and a tie to this person. You're entering this person's body and you're letting this person enter your body. That is very sacred. You really think about that. And then I understand we in the wild, wild west these days, and motherfuckers treat sex like taking a shit, taking a piss, burping, farting. They treat it like that. Like it's just, and it kind of did turn to that. You know what I'm trying to say? But I feel like at its core it's sacred. So, like I said, you could do what the hell you want. I always said, do what you want, but there's always consequences to your actions, good and bad. So really be careful. For the, I feel like as a man and a woman, you should not be giving up. You should not be having sex with someone. Damn. It's okay. I knew you was gonna do that. Come here. T. My bad, y'all. Come here. It's okay. It's okay. You should. I feel like at this point, once you gather enough information, if you're someone like my age, you should not be having sex. No matter the age, in my opinion, but you shouldn't be having sex with someone you don't deem special, or you don't plan on building with at this point. It's too sacred, and as a man you lose a lot, and as a woman you can lose a lot as well, just in a different way. It's a lot of risk you're taking. So, and also for the younger kids, like in high school, middle school, I know y'all had them urges and hormones kicking in, but really just be a kid and enjoy it, man. I'm 28. So I realized a lot of the people that I went to high school with that started all that shit early, like smoking, drinking, fucking, they started that in middle school and high school. A lot of them didn't really do shit with themselves, and a lot of them look old. They look older than their age. They look washed. A lot of them girls that started fucking in middle school got 2-3 kids by 2-3 different dudes. They got a fupa. They got big ass fupa. They out of shape. They don't look how they looked when they was in high school, of course, but you're not supposed to fall off when you're 24. That's kind of when you're in your prime. These chicks is falling off. They started fucking when they was 12, 13. They done by the time they 22, 23. It's not supposed to be like that because you were being an adult. You were doing grown shit too soon when you should have just been being a kid. Your brain and your body literally is not done developing until you're about 19. It might be older. I hear 19, I hear 25. But really, ladies, y'all really not done developing. I seen it. Y'all don't be done developing until y'all in y'all 20s. There's girls that I went to high school with that was skinny. By the time you see them again when they're about 22, 23, they got grown women bodies. You don't get your grown woman body until your 20s. A lot of chicks, you know, they're more enhanced and whatever. But I'm telling you, don't rush it. And dudes, don't rush it. You don't get your grown man body until you hit your 20s. I know you're going to be horny, and I'm not saying do what you want. Just be careful and don't be reckless, man. Don't let sex be the thing that holds you back. I see it a lot. I see a lot of young guys. It happened to me. It happened to a lot of guys. They let chasing women be their downfall from their greatness. They should have just focused on the women would have came. See, I will say this. Girls are much better at putting men and ding-a-ling in the back burner. When women got some business to handle, they handling business. All that other shit comes after. Dudes have a way bigger problem of putting vagina in the back burner. They just want a pint. They'll do anything for a pint of vagina. I feel like we got to teach the younger boys to be more disciplined. There's nothing wrong with having sex. But like I said, it should be with someone you deem special or you want to have stronger or build something with. Not just some, like if you want to go out and have a fling and fuck real quick, nothing wrong with that either. But like I said, it's consequences to actions. You just don't know what that consequence might be. You know what I'm trying to say? So just really be careful. So I just want to send this last message to the younger boys and girls. Don't rush being a kid. Really enjoy your childhood, enjoy your teenage years. Don't let no one pressure you into doing shit you don't really want to do. Because honestly, you're really, truly not missing shit. And honestly, life really don't start till you about 30. Like I mentioned in my other videos, your 20s is really literally for you to learn, trial and error, get some experience in, get your resume up. So by the time you hit your 30, you can really start living. That's really what it's for. Just don't dig yourself in a goddamn hole too deep that you have to pretty much struggle your whole life with to get out of. That's the key. 20s for making mistakes, but just don't make no drastic mistakes. All right, guys, but that's the last thing I'm going to say. I'm pretty sure this video's pretty damn long, but I'm 120 days in, man. I had to give y'all the info. I had to give y'all the facts, all right? But you already know it's your boy Solo the Jedi, and I'm signing out. I had to give y'all that 91 special. You already know 1991 special to my 90s babies, and we out here, all right? Join my cipher. You know, I got plenty of seats on the council, man. You already know. So love you guys. Thank you for listening. If you guys made it through this whole video, I really, really appreciate you guys. You really rock with me, man. I feel like I got some good info. I'm going to try to stay on top of these videos, man. All right, peace. Y'all be easy.